Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to actually compare my three personal Yozan flutes with each other. So they're all 1.8s, and they're all a little bit different. So let me just show you the three that I'm going to use, and then we'll kind of go through them one by one. And I'm going to grab this door really quickly. There we go. Prevent the excess noise. Okay, so we're going to use my personal 1.8. that I use. This is my Giatti flute that I use for everything. Absolutely love it. Has been with me now for, I think, 3, 4, maybe 5 years even. So the way that this one's set up is, it is a Kinko Ryu. It has ivory and 24 karat gold in the top, 3 24 karat gold ring binding. And I also have an additional flare at the bottom, which is ivory and 24 karat gold. Red interior lacquer. It's a size 9 bamboo, so it's very, very thick, huge walls on the flute, and really massive, powerful sound. The next one I have is what I kind of call it's like an in-between Jinashi, not really quite. So this is a 300-year-old, this part here is 300-year-old Susudake bamboo. It's got an ivory insert, no gold, no silver, no nothing else. The interior is black. And there's an additional insert here to thicken up the bamboo, which is kind of, it's hard to say that it's Jinashi, because it's not just the regular bore of the bamboo. It's it's purposely made and shaped, but there's no lacquer, G lacquer. It's just the urushi lacquering. And then we have the third one, which is also a 1.8, kind of a reddish brown lacquer. This is a pure Jinashi flute. Does have a couple bindings from places where a little bit of cracking was started to happen. This is Jinashi. There is nothing, no extra bore shaping or anything like that. It's just lacquer it, holes, and this one also has no insert in it whatsoever too. So the sound actually changed from that. It becomes a little bit softer, and I would say, yawarakai, a little bit softer. Okay, so here what we'll do is just going to play a scale. Now I'm going to play Itsuki no Komori Yuta, and then kind of just give my kind of instant feedback of what I feel like, how the sound is coming through on these flutes. So here's the 1.8 Giatti. So even in the row, we just know there's just so much power behind it, and it can just keep growing and growing and getting bigger and bigger. Clear, very, very ringing sound, and crisp on every single note. When you change to a note, it clicks to the next one very quickly. So the reason why I love this flute so much and why I've held on to it for so long is it's just of how clear it is and how great the intonation is. So like if I really want to fine tune something and I'm playing against a drone, I'm working on a piece with, whether it be string players or playing over an orchestra, I can do it with this one. I do think that it because of its power behind the flute and how aggressive and big it can be, it does lose some of its color. But even then, it's still so deep and warm. It has a good balance between being not overly warm and not overly deep, but both of them at the same time. So here we go with the next one. Kind of my, I suppose, Jinashi-ish Susudake flute. And I think the row on this one is already a little bit different. I think it's not as brassy. It's definitely a different quality sound. I feel like it might be more nasally. I'm not going to go back yet because I don't want to jump back and forth between them quite yet. But that's just my first impression of it. Which also, it's different to hear it from here when you're playing versus hearing it from here when you're playing. So once I actually listen back to the recording, I'll probably have a lot more to say about it. But that won't be caught in the video, unfortunately. So here we go. Just scale up. And like for me right away, what I think is definitely not as powerful, but a lot more colorful. And I can almost feel the flute just asking to say, add some air on this note, or a little bit tighter vibrato on this note, more wide over here, or less pressure on this note. So just from that, like I said before with the scales, the power is the first thing I noticed that goes, right? The power drops. But again, color, the warmth of the sound is much more present. Let's move on to this last one. Warm, just all warmth. There's like a hint of the nasaliness there, but it's mostly just warmth. And for a Jinashi, that's a huge row. I think the first thing that came to mind as I was going up the scale was mellow. Really feels mellow, but mellow doesn't mean weak. It means this like the softness to the note where it's delicate, but it still has like a kick behind it. But every sound is and I think this has to do with the insert not being at the top of the utaguchi, where the sound kind of comes wah wah wah. It's a very W and Y heavy, where some like especially the Giatti flute was much more of like, I don't want to say a T, but maybe a D sound. So it's da 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 da, where it's clear on every single pitch. Here's the Itsuki. I really like how this row clicks into place on this flute. All right, let's do just a little rundown. I'm just going to do a row on each one. The embouchures are a little bit different, so give me a second chance on some of them. So there's that, like, brass band sound, right? I really feel heaviness and power right in front of your face. Yeah, a lot warmer. And, you know, the brassiness level just, like, completely went away. And then the warmth came in. And this one's very similar to the last one. Very, very close. I think this one's a little bit more mellow here, right? When I'm listening as I'm playing, I'm hearing more mellow. Let's try. I'm gonna try a little bit of an opening of a honkyoku work. I think that will also help. And I'm thinking that maybe it's Sanya might be a good opening here for this, just to get some idea of more tone qualities that I'm trying to experiment with. So give me just a second to pull up some music. And definitely, if you're still here and you're still listening, make a comment. Tell me which one's your favorite, or what do you like about ones, what do you don't like about other ones. All right, this is the first 2 lines of Sanya. Okay, so again, coming from hearing it from here, I just hear power and clarity of pitch, deep resonant sounds, but not as much color. On this one, I hear a very, very wide range of colors. Not as much warmth and depth. Warmth is there. The depth is not there. The depth of the note is not there on this flute. But the color range is immense. Very, very wide color range. On this one, I hear really just like a ball of warmth. Not as much color, but still there's a lot of color. The tsu in particular is very, very warm. So I hear warmth and mellowness throughout the entire flute. So I'm looking forward to hearing back all the recordings myself as I edit through the video and just kind of see what things sound really good on these flutes and what doesn't. I've started using this one almost exclusively for all my Hongyoku stuff when I am playing it. And I've used my Giatti flute for a lot more contemporary music. and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Please let me know what you think about each flute. Some more interesting videos coming up. Stay tuned. See you guys next week.